what is going on with Will Smith? I'm seeing a lot of chatter on social media. Obviously, we all know what's trending. Now, the slap heard round the world. Will Smith just acting out at the Oscars, slapping the shit out of Chris Rock. You know, I see people digging in, people taking sides, a lot of back and forth. I've not seen the uncensored version yet. I've only seen the censored version. So we can easily guess at what Will is mouthing off to Chris, but I found the uncensored version, so I thought, you know what? Let's have a look at it, and then let's talk about it, because, you know, when you talk about hip-hop, you talk about Will Smith, you know, not only has he been a great actor through his career, he's been a great comedian. You know, he's been a role model for so many people, but he's been a dope rapper as well. The man's put out hits, so he's so talented and so multifaceted in what he can do. And this is surprising to see this, to hear this happen. So let's dig into it.
You know who's got the hardest job tonight? Javier Bardem and his wife are both nominated. Now, if she loses, he can't win. He is praying that Will Smith wins. Like, please, Lord. Jada, I love you. G.I. Jane 2, can't wait to see it. All right?
Uh-oh. I mean, this is what gets me, though. Look at this. Will's laughing. Jada rolls her eyes right there. She obviously does not like the joke. G.I. Jane, you know, looking like a G.I. character, having your head shaved. G.I. Jane 2. She's going to star in the sequel. So you see the joke and the point of the joke. You know, Chris Rock sees her with her head shaved. Probably doesn't know that she has alopecia, that it's something that she's been just suffering with massively. So, you know, he's just going to do what any comedian does. He's going to see a physical feature, a physical attribute, and he's going to take that and flip it and turn it into a punchline, as many comedians will do. It's a pretty standard sort of tactic and standard joke by a comedian. Is it very lowbrow humor? Yes, it is. I mean, even Will is laughing, though.
Wait to see it, all right?
See?
That was a nice one. Okay. I'm out here. Richard.
Richard. Right? The role that he won the award for, he really goes up like Richard Williams, man.
Yeah. Richard. Oh, wow. Wow. Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
This is where the audio cut out.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay. That was a greatest night in the history of television. Okay.
Wow, look at that face.
Wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Damn. Look at that face. What gets me, though, is how do we go from 0 to 100, man? I mean, literally. How do we go from... Hang on.
Here.
Right there. How do we go from that? How do we go from this smile? Obviously, Jada's upset. To seconds later... Seconds later, the man just comes up.
It was a G.I. Jane joke.
Keep my wife's name out your
I mean, yeah, he's ready for violence. Like, he woke up and chose violence at that point in time. I mean, look at that. He's burning his soul with his eyes right there. But I mean, that's an extreme flip. You know, Will Smith is a comedian. This is what gets me, man. You can see him mouthing it, but it's another thing actually hearing him say it in that way, out of your fucking mouth. Like, he really just hammers it home. Because when I first saw it, you think that it's a bit. I mean, Chris Rock is even laughing when Will comes up, thinking that he's going to do something to contribute to the comedy, maybe improvise, right? You can see him smiling. Like, the man is literally smiling, has no idea that he is about to have his mouth just slapped sideways in a second, just to get bitch slapped by Will Smith. And look, see, he's laughing. He even steps forward to him. Look, he leans towards him. No idea that this is coming, which tells me man, this was just so unexpected and so unpredictable. I mean, you can hear it. Like, that's not something that's been edited in quickly. All of a sudden, you've got like someone, sound producer in the back, just throwing in like a hit and a punch like it's an action sequence. Like, no, that is a legit slap. The man went full 5 fingers of death, open hand on Rock's face.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Well, look at Will, just Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, and it just back strutting away from him.
Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me.
He still got a smile on his face. I mean, the professionalism of Chris Rock here.
Wife's name out your fucking mouth.
Wow, dude.
Yes.
It was a G.I. Jane jump.
Keep my wife's name.
I mean, he's not wrong. Listen, comedians joke about many things, don't they? They joke about physical appearances. They joke about things in society. I mean, comedians will have no limits a lot of times. You know, they'll talk about race. They'll dive into the nasty, the nitty gritty. I mean, in Chris Rock's world, in terms of all the jokes that he's used in the past, like, yeah, this is definitely a lighter joke compared to other jokes that he's used.
The fucking mouth.
I'm going to, okay? Okay.
I could, like, listen, comedians, they can improvise in the moment. I mean, more credit to Rock because he could escalate the situation pretty quickly. Like, he could feel like, man, my pride's on the line now. I have to stand up for myself. I got to do something here. I got to flip this back on him. I got to retake control of the situation. And he could have. But you could see him just processing it in his mind.
That was
like, what am I going to do here? How can I save this situation as a presenter?
greatest night in the history of television.
And he manages to crack a joke. I mean, kudos to the professionalism of Rock.
Okay.
But what is going on with Will, man? I mean, listen, as a father of twin daughters, you know, as a husband, I understand protecting your family, right? We joke within our family, you know, we make jokes about each other, but the second that someone else makes a joke about one of my family members, you know, things turn serious. You know, it's that, you know, feeling like you need to look out for those that you love and letting people know when they've crossed the line and not being afraid to let people know that. But there's also a context and there's a time and a place for things, isn't there? I see people, you know, celebrating Will Smith for defending the honor of his wife. And yeah, of course there's that side. But for me, this is Will Smith. You know, this is the man who doesn't curse in his raps. You know, this is someone who has been a model citizen. I mean, he's someone that I look up to, that has inspired me, you know, with his music career, with his acting career, just with so many things that he's done. You know, he's so well loved, and he's always calculating. He's always smooth in how he presents himself. You know, he's always got it together. He struck me as, but you know, these past few years, here's the pressure of social media, and here's the pressure of being a celebrity. You know, people want to know more. They want to find out more. They want to reach in. They want to get inside and pull out all these raw feelings. And I feel like the double-edged sword of him and Jada opening up their relationship, you know, their issues, the cheating and all of that, the status of their relationship, Will being vulnerable, I feel like that's just opened up all kinds of emotions that he now has to deal with, and the scrutiny and the way that he's received by the public. And this, to me, looks like someone who's going through some shit up here. To go from 0 to 100 like you just hit a star in Mario Kart, I mean, there's something that's just not right. There's something that's off balance with Will. Like I try to say this to people all the time, like when celebrities and people go through these situations and you get calls and people judging, like we don't know the full situation. We don't know what's going on up here inside of Will Smith's head. You know, we don't know the full context of what he's been through and what he's thinking and why he did things at that moment in time. We may think we do, that we can look at this, that we can judge it and go off of that. But no, you never know what's going on inside of someone's mental. But to me, this is someone who's really on an edge, someone who's struggling with stuff. And when you're struggling, when the pressure builds, when it all mounts up, you're not as able to handle situations like a rational person would. You're not always able to process the full big picture because you kind of have tunnel vision. You're kind of trapped and surrounded by your stresses, by your emotions and things. And this to me is someone that's going through it emotionally, that just has such a massive swing from one to the other. He's obviously laughing. He saw his wife's response, and then he feels like he has to defend his wife. But man, did he snap. I mean, there's ways to defend her, isn't there? Especially in the public sphere like that. Like maybe go meet Chris Rock afterwards, off stage, talk to him, man to man, confront him about it. Say, hey, man, I really don't appreciate that joke. It's not cool. I mean, Jada's really been suffering through stuff emotionally, her mental health, with her hair loss, with her alopecia and her condition. I mean, I felt like that was really in bad taste and bad form from one comedian to another, man. That was too far for me. You know, that's one way to handle it versus making such a demonstrative issue, something in public that has just taken over the Oscars now. You know, it's taken over the whole light of this situation. And someone like Will Smith, who's not someone known to be a loose cannon, man, it's really going to open eyes. And I'm still shocked. I'm still processing it. Like, I feel like this just puts Will Smith in such a negative light that he doesn't need to be in. You know, someone that has done so much good, that has inspired so many people. He's now going to have this stain and this sort of black mark on things because of this whole situation here. And man, and he's a comedian too. Like, he knows how to take jokes, and he knows it's the Oscars, and he knows it's live. He knows whatever he does is going to be put under a microscope even further. And I feel like the Will Smith of 10, 15 years ago would have handled that situation in a completely different way than the Will Smith of this present tense in this moment in time. So we can't just like judge Will Smith and his entire character and his entire human being based off of this one singular moment. Again, we don't know the full context and we don't know the full situation. So everybody just try to put yourselves in Will's shoes, put yourselves in Chris Rock's shoes, man. Try to step back from the situation. Really, it's easy to blast off on socials. It's easy to turn into that Wi-Fi gangster and to be so judgmental with people. But look, we're all human at the end of the day. We all make mistakes. You know, my heart goes out to Will right now. I hope that whatever he's going through, that he gets the help that he needs. And kudos to Chris Rock as well, man, for how he handled and dealt with that situation too. It's crazy, man. I'm done here.